Welcome to the UGC lecture series. This is a subject computer science. We are talking about the E-Pathashala course on content of postgraduate courses, and we are talking about the paper data structures. So, in the last few modules we had discussed about queues, and we are going to continue with a special type of queue called priority queue, and we are going to just touch upon what is the meaning of heaps in this particular module. So, the people responsible for creating this module are the following, and in this module we are going to talk about a very important application of queue or a type of queue which is called priority queue. So, what are the learning objectives of this module? The learning objectives of this module are to explain the concept of heap and priority queue. They come hand in hand actually. To discuss the properties of binary heap, what is a binary heap? To describe the operations on binary heap and to outline the heap sort algorithm. So, these are the objectives of this particular module, and the keywords here are binary heap, structure, order property and heap sort. So, let us go into the objectives one by one. So, there are some simple implementations that are possible, a simple linked list, insertion at the front which will be of the order of 1, deleting the minimum which will be of the order of n, or you can keep the list sorted, then insertion will be of the order of n and deletion of the minimum will be of the order of 1. Now, why we are talking about deletion of the minimum, we will talk about as we go along. So, an array is a binary heap, it does not require an array, that is the binary heap is used to represent an array, and it does not require links and will support both operations in the order of log n time, which is the worst case time. Now, let us look at the implementation of priority queues. This is implemented using heaps and leftist trees. A heap is a complete binary structure that is efficiently stored using a array based representation. Now, actually when we are talking about later on, when we talk about trees, we will talk a little bit about array based representation. Here we are just looking at a small application of binary tree. We are not going into tree in detail, but we are looking at how the heap is a complete binary tree. I will explain what that means later, and it uses a array based representation. The leftist tree is a linked structure, data structure suitable for implementation of the priority queue. So, we are looking at priority queue, that is our concern in this particular module. We are not looking at other things, we are looking only at the priority queue and how it is going to be implemented. Okay. So, let us first describe what is a binary heap. Now, a binary heap is the implementation of a heap using a binary tree. Okay. The binary heap is the implementation of a heap which uses a binary tree. Now, a binary heap is basically a binary tree only, which we will discuss more in detail when we go into the next modules, but with two additional constraints. Now, what are those constraints? The constraints are shape or structure property. So, we will discuss what this shape and structure property is. A binary heap is complete, only the last level may be left incomplete. Later on we will see that this is defined as a complete binary tree, full binary tree, we will be going into that in detail. Here we are looking at it from the heap viewpoint. So, here in this context it is called a shape or structure property. So, binary heap is complete, only the last level can be left incomplete. And the heap property. So, we are talking about two constraints, one is the shape or structure property and the next is the heap property, that is all nodes will respect the heap property. I have not described what is a heap property, we will go into what is a heap property as we go on. Let us first discuss what is the structure property. So, as I already told you, heap is a complete binary tree and this is represented as an array. So, how do we represent it as an array? A complete binary tree, we will first discuss what is a complete binary tree. A complete binary tree is a tree that is completely filled with the possible exception at the bottom level, that is at the leaf level, which is filled from left to right. So, that constraint also you are putting. So, this is called the structure property. So, what does this mean? So, a complete binary tree of height h has between 2h and 2 to the power of h and 2 to the power of h plus 1 minus nodes. Again these details we will be discussing again later when we talk about tree without the condition of heap and all that. And the height of a complete binary tree is of the order of log n. Okay. So, it can be implemented as array such that, now the implementation is what we are going to talk about. Any element is in array position I, then the left child is in position 2i and the right child is in position 2i plus 1, and if you are given a node and asked to find its parent, the parent is at position I by 2, of course, the modulus of I by 2. So, okay, we will come into this in detail as we go along. So, what we are trying to say here is you have an array, in the array if you have a node at ith position, left child binary tree, remember. So, the left child will be at 2i and the right child will be as 2i plus 1 and the parent will be in I by 2 modulus of I by 2. So, for example, the parent of node at 3 will be I by 2, that is 3 by 2, that is 1, and 4 by 2 also will be 3 and 4. So, 4 by 2 the parent will be 2. Now, that is the structure properties. The structure property is just telling you two things. One thing, it is telling that all the levels will be full except the leaf level, where the leaf level the children will be from left to right. So, then only towards the right you can have empty children. That is the structure property. In addition, we said that because it follows the structure property, we are putting this binary tree or binary heap into an array representation, and we are fixing the locations of the children and so on, and we can find the location of the parent. That is all we said in the structure, or it is also called the shape property. The other property is the heap order property. Now, what is this heap order property? We will see. This heap order property is, in a heap, for every node x with parent p, the key of p is smaller than or equal to the key in x. So, here we have two types of heaps, we will come to that later. Here we are talking about the parent is having a lower key. So, this is a min heap. So, the key in p is smaller than or equal to the key in x. So, we are talking about keys here or the locations. Thus, the minimum element in this particular definition is always at the root. So, what does it mean? You do not have to do any extra operations to find the minimum node. Find minimum of a heap is always the root in this particular case. So, you can also have what is called a max heap. The max heap supports the access of the maximum element instead of the minimum element. So, you can have something called a min heap, you can have a max heap. So, but at any one time you can only allow either a min heap or a max heap. Okay. So, what we are trying to say, a parent will have in the min heap, we will take one at a time. So, min heap, it says that the parent will have a key value which is smaller than the child. So, this heap is a data structure that will satisfy this heap property, and if a node A is the parent of node B, the key value of A is ordered with respect to value of B. That is all we are saying. The ordering can be a minimum ordering or maximum ordering, descending or ascending, that does not matter, but that ordering should be there, and the above ordering applies to every node A in the tree. So, that is all we are talking about the heap order property. So, let us take an example. Here we are taking a max heap example. So, this is a max heap. I will explain to you how this is a max heap. Now, remember, the max heap will have the maximum key value, we are talking about key value, at the root. So, 29 is the maximum value in this particular tree or heap. This is the maximum heap. Now, you take the two children 25 and 17, both are lesser than 29. So, that is the heap order property. Now, you take 24 and 10, which are the children of 25, 24 and 10 is lesser than 25. Similarly, 13 and 11 is lesser than 7. So, now for 29, 25, 17, the heap property is followed. Then you come to 24, 24 has children 21 and 19, which are both lesser than 24. So, there also the heap order is satisfied. Now, let us look at the shape. I did not say that. So, let us look at the shape property. If you look here, one level of course, you will have only one root, second level you have 2, that is fully occupied, third level you have 4, that is fully occupied. Only in the next level you can have some empty, but if you look at the empty, they will always be towards the right, only at the leaf level. That is the shape property of a heap. Now, we will go to the array representation. Now, array representation we are going to start, let us assume the array starts from is there from 1 to 11. Now, if you look at for I is equal to 1, the children are at 2i and 2i plus 1. So, at 2 and 3. So, for the root node which is at 1 first position, the children will be at 2 and 3. Now, let us take 2. What will be the children? The children will be at 4 and 5. So, for 2 the children will be at 4 and 5, that is 2i is equal to 2 into 2 and 2i plus 1 is 4 plus 1 5. Now, if you take 3, that is we are talking about the key at 3, the children of 3 will be placed at 2i which is 6 and 2i plus 1 which is 7. So, that is what we are showing here. Okay. Then you take 4. Now, if you take 4, what is the 4 will have, we are not talking about keys, remember, 4 will have the children at 2i which is 8 and 2i plus 1 which is 9. So, here we have for I is equal to 4, the children are as 2I is equal to 8 and 2I plus 1 is equal to 9. So, this is the array locations that the heap will occupy, and it will always be contiguous because of the shape property. Okay. The values of the keys are determined by the binary heap property. So, this is a example of the tree. Okay. And for I is equal to 9, okay, the children there are okay. For I is equal to 9, now we are looking at what a parent will be. So, if you look at 9, the parent will be at I by 2 modulus of, so it will be at 4. So, we are showing that for 9, which is 19, the parent is at 4, which is 24, 4th you have 24, that is what is shown here. So, this is how the method of finding the children of a node and the method of finding a parent of a node is just mathematical calculation, and it is quite efficient because of both, I mean because of the representation is efficient because of the shape property. Now, let us take a max, it could be a max or a min tree. The example we saw before was a max tree. So, now let us take a max min tree. A max tree is a tree in which the value in each node is greater or lesser than or equal to those of its children. So, if it is a max tree, it will be greater, the parent will have a greater value, and if it is a min tree, the parent will have a lesser value. Okay. Nodes of a max or min tree may have more than 2 children, that is may not be a binary tree. So, that is not necessary, but we are defining a binary heap in this particular case, that is why it was a binary tree. A maximum in heap is a maximum tree that is also a complete binary tree. We will go to the discussion of complete binary tree later. Okay. Now, let us take the example here. So, the highest priority item, in this case the maximum key, we are taking an example of maximum, is the root of the tree, and you can see that it satisfies the constraints. I am not explaining, we have seen the same diagram before. So, this is a heap property as well as the shape property. So, it is satisfying both. Okay. The same thing we are explaining with respect to a min heap. So, the highest priority item, in this case the minimum key will be at the root, and the constraints are the heap property the same as before, and the shape property. Shape property is a complete binary tree except at the lower levels, but heap property, if you look here, the children of the 3 is greater, the children of 4 is greater than it, the children of 8 is greater, and the children of 7 is greater. We should not say like this, the parent is lesser than the children, that is the way we call it as a min heap. Now, let us look at finding the min, the highest in a find min or find max. So, in a binary heap which has the there is no okay. Another thing I want to tell you is there can be duplicate values also, as this example shows 5 and 5 are the same value. The minimum value will be at the root. So, you just have to return it, and the cost is of the order of 1. So, that is not a problem. And now, let us look at the interesting example of a binary heap where we want to insert a key element. Okay. So, what is the first step in inserting a key element? A new item is always inserted at the last level of the tree, that is the first place in the spot in the last level, which is free going from left to right. So, in this particular example, we have a min tree, and in this min heap, min binary heap, the position which is free is after 17. So, we just add a dummy node there. Okay, that is the first thing. The new key we want to add is 4. Okay, by looking at it, you know that 4 has to become the root of the tree, because that is the minimum value, this is the minimum heap. Now, how do we go to do? So, the step 1 is insert it as at that particular point. So, we have inserted it. So, a new item is always inserted in the last level of the tree. Now, this particular min heap after this step does not satisfy the heap order property. It satisfies the complete the shape property or structure property as it is called, but it does not satisfy the heap property. So, the insertion algorithm next step is to ensure that iteratively we do the procedure such that the heap order property is satisfied. So, what will happen is the new item will bubble up until the heap property is satisfied always again. Okay, so, that is the idea. So, now you look at these two 4 and 12. Remember, the parent has to have a higher value than the child has to have a lower value than the parent. So, in this case it is not satisfied because it is a min heap. So, 4 and 12 are interchanged. So, that is what we do here. So, 4 and 12 are interchanged. Now, we have 4 again. Now, 4 at that particular position is compared with its parent, which is 5, and you find that 5 is greater. In a min heap, we want 5 the parent to be lesser. So, which means we have to do another exchange. So, we do the, so 4 and 5 we consider, and we will see that 5 is not satisfying the parent is not satisfying the heap order property. So, we do an exchange again. So, we have this. So, these two are exchanged. Okay. Now, what we do? We have to compare this 4 again with its parent. So, we have to compare. Now, we find that again the parent is not satisfying the min heap property. So, we have to exchange. So, we exchange. After this there is no other thing. Now, you will find that the complete binary heap is satisfying the heap order property, and so this is how a key is inserted. The same thing we can apply for, so it is satisfying the property. Now, suppose I want to delete a node, okay. We want to remove the root node. So, we have to remove the root node 5, okay. So, the first step is remove the root node. So, we do that, okay. Now, what we have to know, which node has to come up, okay. So, that is the come and occupy the root node. So, the second step is replace the root with the last item from left to right in the last level. So, what you have to do now, the last item in the last level is 17, we replace that 17 as a root node now. So, what do you do? We replace it. So, replace the root with the last item, okay. The last item means left to right, we have already explained that. Now, we have here. Now, does this satisfy the heap property? It does not satisfy the heap property, is not it? Because you have a maximum height, not maximum, you have a item or key which is more than the children, we want it to be less than the children. So, it does not satisfy the property. Now, what we do? You have to bubble it down, okay. So, bubble down the root item until the heap property is satisfied. Now, there is a problem here because you have 2 children. Now, which child should replace 17? That is the question we have to ask. Now, what is the rule that says? Always swap the minimum child, that is a property we always use. So, out of 5 and 10 which are the children now, we have to swap the 17 with 5. So, we do that, okay. So, 17 and 5 we have to swap and it has been swapped. Now, again the property is not satisfied. So, we have to look at the 2 children 9 and 12, and if you look at the 2 children 9 is minimum. So, we have to do the exchange. So, we will do that. So, if you look here, now it is satisfied. So, now we come to 17 and 9, again the property is not satisfied. So, we exchange 17 and why 9 and not 12? The minimum child has to be done. Now, we compare 17 with 21 and 19, we find the heap order property is satisfied. So, here, so we have completed the property. So, now the binary heap is satisfying the heap order property and the deletion process is complete. Now, if you look here, what have we done? In the insertion process, we have introduced a key value as the last node in the sense of the complete binary tree in the last level, and then we have bubbled up. In the delete method, we have done what we have done, we have removed the node that we want to delete, the key of the node that we want to delete, replaced it with the last node and then try to bubble it down. So, one is bubble up and one is bubble down. This is the insertion and deletion operation as far as binary heap is concerned. So, what is the cost of this binary heap construction is the next question that we want to answer. And so, the insertion of each of the new item costs approximately of the order of log n, which is if there are n items to be inserted, the overall cost to build the whole heap tree will be of the order of n log n obviously. And the analysis of build heap, the linear time bound of build heap can be shown by computing the sum of the heights of all the nodes in the heap, and that way we can compute it. And for a perfect binary tree of height h containing n is equal to 2h plus 1 minus node, that this is completely full, the sum of the heights of the nodes is h minus 1 and the time is of the order of n. Okay. Now, let us look at the next algorithm. Using this heap, how do we do heap sort? Okay. So, heap sort is a very important sorting algorithm. In this particular course, we are not looking at general sorting algorithms, we will use them as and when the data structure needs those sorting algorithms. As such, we are not looking at sorting. So, here we are looking at a particular type of sorting, which is the heap sort algorithm. So, the priority queue, which is represented as a, can be used to sort n items by inserting every item into a binary heap and extracting every item by calling remove n remove minimum n times, thus sorting the result. So, what we do is we insert an item into a binary heap, then every time we remove the minimum element. So, an algorithm based on this idea is what is called as heap sort, and it is again a n the complexity of the algorithm analysis is of the order of n log n, and this is the worst case sorting algorithm. So, let us look at this. It uses an extra array for the items exiting the heap. I will talk to you as we go along. Remember, the heap is represented as an array, that you remember, and we can avoid this problem also by after each movement you can shrink the heap by 1, and that cell which was last in the heap can be used to store the element that has just been deleted. Okay. So, using this strategy, after the last removal, the array will contain all the elements in decreasing order. So, instead of using 2 arrays, you can use the array cell left because of the removing, and that can be reused. So, that is another way of avoiding a array. This is all applicable when you have large number of elements that have to be sorted. If we want them in increasing order, of course, we have to use a max heap. Here, if you use min heap, you get them in decreasing order. Now, so in this particular module, what we have done is we have explained the concept of heap and priority queue. So, this heap is, why is it called a priority queue? It is called a priority queue because of the fact that when you remove the root at any point, you get the minimum element, and then you have to rearrange the thing and then remove again. So, you always get that priority there. Then we also explained the concept of heap, which satisfied the heap structure or shape property, which is it is stored or visualized as a complete binary tree. Okay. And because it is a complete binary tree, we will see later on when we are doing tree implementations how this binary tree complete binary tree can be represented using an array. The advantage of representing using an array is the finding of the parent of the node, which you find later on that the operation of finding the parents in the case of finding the parent in the case of insertion and finding the children in the case of deletion is important property in building a heap, in heap sorting in all places. So, that is array based, and it is a fast operation or takes minimum time. So, and then we explain 2 concepts called the minimum heap and the maximum heap. Minimum heap will give the minimum element at the top or the root, and the maximum will have the maximum element at the top. In concept wise, there is no difference between the two, except that the condition that you use to check is greater than or lesser than. Then we discuss the structure and order properties of heap or the binary heap. We took a binary heap. It need not always be a binary heap, it can be a non-binary tree also, but as a simple example we took the binary heap. And we also described the operations on a binary heap. We found that for the insertion operation we did a bubble up, and for a deletion operation we did a bubble down. And we also explained the concept of how we do a sorting. So, how do we do sorting? If you want to sort in decreasing order, what you do is you use a min heap, and when you use a min heap you take the root of the node of the tree, and that will be the minimum element. Then you reorder it because you have removed the root element, you do it is a deletion. So, you do the bubbling down issue. After you do that, again the tree will contain the lowest element at the top, you keep removing it. So, this is the way in which the minimum heap can be used for sorting elements in decreasing order. The advantage of doing this is that you are using an array, and that is a very simple way of without wasting memory, because you can sort of assess how much of memory space you have to give. And when you are doing sorting, you can use it, you can do it using 2 arrays separately, or you can use a single array by utilizing the space that has been vacated by the last element. Either way you can do it, and so that is what we explain in this particular module. And of course, we outline the heap sort. This is what the heap sort algorithm uses: the heap, either the minimum heap or the maximum heap, and a combination of deletion and insertion to insertion to build the heap initially, and deletion to take out the elements from the root one by one and bubble down until you again get a heap and then keep on removing. So, this is a iterative cycle where you do n deletes and n reheaping. So, that is the this module. So, in this module we have spoken about the heap and the heap sort algorithm in detail. Thank you.